Hello. I think everything is working. I haven't done a stream in forever. Uh, I am using the webcam as a mic because I'm too lazy to set up my actual microphone. So let me know if you can actually hear me. Hello. Okay, cool. I guess I'll just start jumping into it. I don't know if anyone's gonna show up or when people are showing up, but see if we hit a blaster blade or at least a decent set of FFRs, SPs, etc. The case we bought because when you looked at single prices and like you want all the nations, it adds up quite significantly. Thanks $50 or $45 donation and among other things. Speaking of donations, from this set, technically I'm not building any of the 3 legendary Vanguards. I am just trying to get all my dual nation cards, and that's an SR. I have like all the Genesis triggers I need to throw into Minerva. I have a High Dog or the Hound Razor deck, so I'm looking for like Akane and stuff. And then all those Persona tickets that we need for a bunch of decks. And of course we're chasing Blaster Blade here, so gambling is fun. I don't remember how to talk in streams. This is so foreign to me. There's Dragon Empire ticket. I'll remember my piles one day. Kitter. Let's see. The decks I currently have in standard that I play is, at least recently, it's mostly just been Keter stuff. I've been playing Fern, I've been playing Leo, Draconis, and Minerva. It's one of the things I've played the most recently. Although, you know, like entry cups and stuff, or constructed cups, I end up playing whatever. Like, I have both Blangmeyers. I guess I technically played my Whirlwind deck kind of recently just because of the new support announcement. I kind of wanted to mess with it. else? I have also played Odium recently. How insane is insane for your case? You're not wrong though, Genesis is like definitely in my top 2 clans. It's between Genesis and Narukami. Nice, yeah. I'm undecided if I actually want to play Hari. I don't have a lot of the stuff. My friend actually has like a bunch of it, so I might steal it from him. And I have like I bought my friend's collection a few years back, and he had like pretty shiny Pale Moon deck. So I just have like 3 SP GBT08 Haris just sitting there collecting dust. So I would like to use it if possible. SR Reno. Oh, that's some pretty good value getting for your friend there with the jet. I also needed a bunch of these reprints, like High Five. I sold mine when they were like 20 because I was just like, I might as well wait for the reprint. There's the jet. Oh, nice. That is pretty good value then that you got out of that. Hoping we hit some good high rarity that is either useful to me, people I know, or I guess money is always the nice fallback. But I don't have much expectations. And there's Strega, another one of those cards I also sold because of said reprints. It's like a lot of things I was waiting to reobtain with price drops. There we go, there's our first expensive dual nation. I guess that's kind of expensive for what it is too, but the very expensive one. Kind of hoping to at least hit 1 copy in SR. FFR would be very nice, because I really do like the art on that card, and a lot of my decks, unfortunately, also play it. So that's kind of crazy. 150 for the case. Like, so when I mathed it out, at least when I bought the case like some 3 odd weeks ago, thanks Hawaii shipping and taking forever because it gets shipped on a boat these days. But when I mathed it out, it was like, for what I wanted out of it, the price I'm paying for the case was like, most of it was covered in the singles that I was already gonna try to buy, and then like you have the SRs and above that I didn't even account for in that math. So I'm like, in theory, it should at least more or less get close to breaking even, unless I'm really unlucky with the high-end stuff. And who knows, with a set like this, cards could just go crazy once people stop opening the set. Never forget the price of those dual nations from Festival Collection like 2 years ago, before it got reprinted. Some of those are pretty crazy. Also getting like all these Stride Cycler-esque cards are kind of nice. Especially since they didn't actually kill Stride. Like, surprised to see the deck set announcements kind of recently. kind of wonder if they're just gonna keep the starter deck train going for all the new Stride deck sets, or if they're actually gonna start giving us like other Strider hearts, because that would be really cool. But we still have at least 3 trial decks worth of things, if I'm not mistaken. Yesent. For the Big Bang, I definitely am excited to get the new stuff, considering it also just won an event recently. It's kind of crazy in its own right, but it is just nice seeing more of the units I actually used. I swear, Brawlers was a crazy time for me back when Legion format came out. I pulled like 2 or 3 SPs just like opening into product, and I'm like, at the time I didn't have that much attachment to the deck, so I ended up just selling them, but then I ended up building the deck anyway, and I'm like, oh, this deck's actually kind of fun. So, kind of regret, but it was kind of like a sign. Just, I didn't listen to the sign. And now that it's back, I'm like, I guess, sure, we're back at it, and we will actually play it. I did actually take just Narukami to the one BCS that we'll go on to, which was the Blood at the time. It was pretty fun. A little unlucky, but that's Vanguard. I will say I'm actually happy for all those people that enjoy Asha and All Mile. I was never really one of those people, but I know I have some friends that very much enjoyed those decks. Like my friend who I also bought that Pale Moon stuff from, I also got like a good chunk of his Neo Nectar stuff. So I have like most of a blue Asha deck, and like I was also playing some of the Neo Nectar stuff for premium before it got nuked, losing our Katrina. Hello, Joe. One day my locals will let us trade for that deck set, the errata cards. I have sadness when I look at those. Apparently they only got a pretty small amount for the amount of deck sets they got, so we will see. I think I've seen 3 of the Dragon Empire Persona ticket. Oh, this looks shiny. Is this a trigger or an SP? That is a trigger. It's Kai. I think I might be able to get rid of that locally. It does look pretty nice though. But I'm a Bang Dream enjoyer, so that's all on my shiny vanilla triggers. What are fixed cards? I feel like I'm missing something on that one, or what that's referring to rather. So do you just not like uh just the aesthetic for Chrono Jet, or is there more to that? I was actually like kind of a early adapter of Gear Chronicle until Zodiac Time Beast became a thing, and that's when I kind of lost interest in playing the deck. But I'm actually kind of surprised to see that. Yeah. Well, I guess some other people have also like Gamer has been around for my DS days. Was there some crazy times? For like such a different game. Well, I mean, it definitely was a different game, but I mean, like, I guess everything, because how long ago that was, life has just changed drastically since then. Wait, which deck set are we talking about here? Like the Alt Mile Asha ones that are coming out, or which Liberator build do you have? Like, is it the standard like Alfred Liberators, or is it like the like Holy Shine? Oh, I actually don't remember if there's another one that you could consider deck. I think the only Limit Break deck I have Minerva still, and I have Venus. Once in a while, once in a great while, we'll play some retro games. I kind of like steampunk, so that's part of my initial attraction to Gears. But that is definitely fair if you're not a fan. Oh, so is that like... That is... I forgot Garmor was the thing. And Solitary Liberator, was that Gancelot Zenith? I forget the rest of his title. I think that's my first Pongal. I did actually really enjoy Gancelot Zenith though when it was new and fresh. I also think his art was really nice. I might be able to actually scrounge up a Vanguard Limit Break deck as well. I might actually still have most, if not all, of the pieces for it. I don't remember if I'm missing anything. So we are a fifth done with the case, I think. That's 4 boxes down. I technically don't have any V-Series decks left, really. I mean, I can put together Highlander, and I guess I have, like, um, Afterglow and Hello Happy World, I think. But what V decks do you have? More high-fiving my skies. I also just want to say randomly, I hate phantoms because it makes me want to build more decks. Unlike masks, I actually think this is like a lot more interesting wise compared to just slightly reskinned uh, units to being completely different in a new nation. Kind of makes it more interesting. What is a custom Hanzo deck? If I'm not mistaken, Hanzo, it's been a long time since I've heard that name. Was that the Murakumo deck? Names are... Oh, that looks shiny also. I think this is an FFR. Safe. I guess we'll put you down and... Grade 1. Auto... I'm not sure what it... Ah, it is the Dragon Empire Persona ticket giver. That is pretty good. I definitely don't remember Hanzo then, if that's the case. Steam Breath. I do kind of like how they're color coordinated SRs for the icon stuff. But I don't prefer the red color. I feel like the blue on Keter. Hey, yes, I am going to the shop on Saturday. Oh, since you also have Astro Poets, are you going to consider ever playing it in Standard? Or I forget if you actually mentioned if you have this in Standard or not. You know what, that's kind of fair. It does feel weird seeing your clan stuff in mixed in with other clans things, but on the other hand, I think it's kind of neat. It does feel off-brand, but it's slightly interesting for all the kind of issues that becoming nations gave us with staples and whatnot, and very expensive cardboard. This is the 15th anniversary set with reprints and like main character cards and a chance of a gold serialized blaster blade if you're super lucky. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I do not remember much of anything of what Nubatama did in V. Especially since, at least toward the end of it, I was losing interest thanks to the pandemic, and I was throwing out a bunch of money at Buddy Fight in that time. And then, you know, Buddy Fight died, and I had sadness. And then we got Standard. In a general sense, there's a fair amount of notable reprints, but I don't know how out of the game you've been, so I'm not sure what you even consider good. SR Verena. Um, Actively, I've been playing Hololive, Digimon, and Vanguard like the most. I sometimes still play Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and I think I'm forgetting one. Oh, sorry, I also actively play Gundam. Well, more recently I came back into Gundam because G Gundam came out in set 5, and I took a break since set 2. I still can't financially justify praying for Buddy Fight to come back because Vanguard's kind of been milking me dry with how expensive the game's gone, and the collabs, those Buddy Fight collabs, where I'm like, I guess I'm buying like probably a case of each time it comes out, because who knows when I'll need support for future decks if it keeps existing at the rate we're going. Like Ace, when that comes out, and I guess probably in hindsight Triple D, it's also probably gonna ruin my wallet just depending on what we get. Oh, nice. So pretty good overlap with me in the games. If I can get into the World Celebration event, I will definitely try to play. Though I do need to update some of my stuff. I don't have anything from Pitch Black. Last I updated was with Chaos Rising. If you're trying to play a optimized deck, Vanguard is probably one of the most expensive TCGs if you're trying to play like a good deck. Because just the staples like triggers and like just generics that your deck probably plays will run you probably like 200 plus on average. I would say, I think if you have nothing. I guess the benefit is if you actually bought into it early when they were cheap, it wasn't too bad, but if you're playing something like Keter Sanctuary and you want to be optimal, you have like an $80 potential 4 of in your deck. It's great, but not great. Kind of insane. Randomly bug. Okay, well, I don't even know what it is. But it ain't a roach, so we're probably chilling. Yeah, it's some small brownish flying insects. Fine, I guess. But yes, if Buddy Fight comes back, I'm gonna have to reconsider a lot of card gaming contemplations. But you know, with Pal World existing, I have less and less hope for Buddy Fight coming back. They have way too many card games under their belt. Also, Rush Duel. I probably would also just straight up quit the regular Yu-Gi-Oh TCG if that came out. Though I'd have to kind of wonder how the scene would be. You know, like if it's worth entering and playing with the community at local level. But like I genuinely think Rush Duel is more fun, and the card arts are like so much better. Over Rush Rares are insanely nice. I definitely think they're better than the current overframes or extended arts, is whatever you want to call them. And just like in a general sense, I think a lot of the cards look kind of better. This is currently my first Keter ticket giver. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh here is kind of stagnant. Like the numbers are like okay. I mean, it's still better than like Vanguard or like Hololive or some other. There's a Nirvana SR. But compared to what it used to be, yeah, it's like half the average player count or something. But still got like decent numbers. But Bandai games are definitely eclipsing the numbers minus like Digimon. Oh, actually, okay, I lied. It's more like just One Piece and Gundam eclipse the amount of average Yu-Gi-Oh players on a local level, but we'll see on Saturday and like next month when we have like our regionals for Yu-Gi-Oh and the OTS championships, how those numbers end up looking. But I feel like it's been like in the 40s or maybe 50s at best for the big events, where like Gundam and One Piece get capped out at like the 64 plus, and like technically I guess One Piece sneak peek event is capped at like 128, and they filled all the slots, so kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious how Naruto will pan out for our local level. At least just from the very small amount I've seen, it's probably more interesting to me, like mechanically, than like Gundam and One Piece. Like I actually just don't like how One Piece plays, personally speaking. Um, Digimon, I like the memory mechanic a lot, so that's my enjoyment there. And I also like Digimon, so that's another plus. I don't actually watch Naruto, One Piece, or I've only watched like a handful of Gundam series also. So my attachment is much lower than the average player in these games. I mean, freedoms have kind of come down significantly. I mean, the deck's not going to be Pokemon levels of cheap, but for what it is, like, set 5 prices have gone down pretty significantly. I'm not sure which freedom build you would want to play, but, like, they reprinted, like, all the Kira Ailstrike stuff, too, in those, the set 5, what is it called? Like, I actually just forget what the product is called, but the one that comes with a brick of just purely reprints plus like 3 packs or whatever. You can build most of the deck for quite cheap if you can get your hands on the bricks. Same here. I went kind of hard into Digimon. I literally just started the game maybe like after Time Stranger came out, because that's what made me want to play the TCG. I ended up reading Liberator, web novel, and the web comic, and then I ended up building like 9 or so Digimon decks IRL. Kind of crazy how hard I went. I sold like a bunch of my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff to build Digimon. Because at least in the more recent years, Yu-Gi-Oh has been dying in my heart. Not enjoying the game as much as I used to. At least pre Gundam TCG is probably the last time I like really played a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh. Other than also I guess when I started getting more into Vanguard again, which was I want to say like when Minerva. No, maybe not when Minerva. That's a great question. I don't remember. Maybe like DZ6. I think I started getting really back into standard, and then ended up taking a break again because of other. This looks like maybe an SP. Looks textured. I can't really tell from here. Nope, I'm just crazy. It's common. Oh, yeah, good luck with the LR++, those are insane. My friend did hit a wing plus plus, which is insane. But for how much he buys into Gundam, I say it's pretty deserved, considering before that he's never hit anything. And he's gone in every set quite a lot. So what Digimon decks do you guys have? I could probably list mine, but I feel like my brain's gonna have trouble opening cardboard and figuring out listing the decks while I go, but I'll probably do that anyway. I can definitely tell you my favorite two decks currently for Digimon are my Three Musketeers and Rock deck. I mean, they're also quite good, so there's that, but Close was my favorite character in Liberator, and Starmon, Degenerate. Not much more to say about that. But also, I guess the Three Musketeers in general are really cool. Kind of a shame right now the deck really doesn't play anything but Beostar, but that'll change when we get the new dual gun. Hopefully Magna gets one too. Yes, I'm also a Vmon enjoyer, so I have red, blue, or not red, blue, green, Imperial. In the process of trying to build the purple, red one also. What else? I got bees. I liked Winter, and I like the Queen Bee stuff. It's pretty cool. I have Heavy Metal because I'm an Impmon enjoyer. I also have Beelzemon for the same reason. I have Ghosts because I also enjoyed Violet, but I also just like Ghosts as a thing. Like zombies in Yu-Gi-Oh! In that sense, you know, like Ghosts are cool. What else do I have? I am in the process of building a Shine Gray. Is that everything, or am I missing something? I will read your comments once I finish racking my brain here, trying to remember. Oh, I have Ulforce also for a Vmon deck. I'm working on Mastamon. That's also almost done. I'm a Mirai enjoyer. I think she was my favorite from Cyber Sleuth minus Keisuke. Or well, I guess Hacker's Memory. Phosphorus SR. I feel like you've told me you had those two decks, but I'm also just not surprised at all that you're choosing those two decks. It feels like it's on brand with everything I've known about what you like in like Battle Spirits and or not Battle Spirits. What was that game? Duel Masters and Bloody Fight and stuff. I also have a Sakuyamon deck because it was so cheap. It was actually like, you know, the advanced deck was coming out when I started playing, so that was one of the first full-ish decks that I've completed. Now I'm wondering if that's every deck that I have. At least I don't think I have any more Liberator decks. I think that's all the Vmon decks I have. Hey, we got one. My SR dual nation for Keter and Dark States. I did really want that in that rarity. The other card that I want in SR would be Akane, although I'd definitely be happy with FFRs of those as well. But yeah, if you want to list those 5 decks that you have, I'd be more than interested in just hearing what you have. It's always nice seeing what people like for Digimon. Everyone has varying tastes. I definitely wanted to build like a TS deck initially, but Homeros ended up being like crazy expensive, and like for the most part I didn't care too much about the decks that existed at the time. Titans are pretty cool. I like purple as like a color in Digimon because they're like graveyard stuff. But also like seeing the new like Plutomon stuff, I'm like, dang, I really wish I had built Titans, but I would have never known. I guess if you squint, Three Musketeers is currently just a TS deck anyway, so I sort of have one. Glowing Dawn was also a deck I was interested in, but I just also, yeah, chose not to spend the money toward it. I'm actually deciding to wait, like, I'd rather build a Tactic 7 deck if that ends up existing in some point. I do really like Glowing Dawn, like, Beat Break is like an amazing Digimon anime to me, and just overall it's quite good, even if you're not like a huge Digimon enjoyer. Like, I got my friends into Digimon basically by making them watch Beat Break, so that was pretty cool. And then I forced them to watch Tamers after, and they also enjoyed that. Not sure if I want to force them to watch Data Squad or Ghost Game. This Ghost Game is very hit or miss for people. Like, while watching it, I thought it was like okay, but I did not like how rushed the ending was and how there was no real overarching story. I do wish it was a little more, because it felt like they kept hinting at stuff, but stuff never happened for a lot of it. Those are my gripes. But the Digimon showcasing that they did was pretty cool. The horror aspect was pretty neat in its own right. This is my 3rd or 4th copy of that duel. I think I've seen a good chunk of them. So when you say blue ball, were you like disappointed in like how the episodes went, or what was the cost of your blue balling? Oh yeah, okay, fair, yeah. Kind of forgot about that. Haven't watched it since it aired, but now that you mentioned that, it definitely reminded of it happening. I think Ghost Game was what introduced me to a lot more of the Digimon I missed out on, because prior to Ghost Game, I watched or was it before or after the Adventure 2020 reboot? But I ended up dropping that. I did not enjoy watching that. I would have much rather just watched Adventure over again than watch that. Um, but yeah, prior to that, the last Digimon like I really consumed was Savers. I don't remember if I actually played any of the games in between. Like, I feel like the last Digimon game I might have played was on the DS. One of those worlds. I feel like it was Dawn Dusk, but or not Dawn Dusk. I forget the Savers one basically. But yeah, I'll say I've definitely gone down the rabbit hole with Digimon now. I also ended up reading the I forget what it's called already. The one that has Elec or Postmon and Lugamon. I thought that was pretty nice. Like these adult themed Digimon series are pretty cool. Oh, FFR of the Dual Gwyn. That's not bad either. I probably should have been bringing these up to the camera. Kind of forgot that's a thing and that this does not zoom in. Two, 4, 6, 8. Oh, we're halfway done. We're on box 11 right now. Oh, we got the Trigger Gear Rabbit in SR. I definitely would prefer any of the Keter ones or the Uluru, but definitely better than Draw Trigger, so uh, maybe I can convince my friend to make a Shiny Gear Chronicle deck. I should have paid attention to how many SRs you even get in a case. I don't know when I should start being concerned about not hitting SRs that I want. Awkward that I didn't see my friend's message. They said to let me know when the stream is up. But like I did mention that I was on AOTV, but I guess they didn't realize. And we're like halfway done. That's how you know they don't have notifications on. Smile emoji. SR Valkyrion. Okay, I do like. Well, actually, it doesn't feel like it makes a difference with the SR foiling being gold. It just kind of feels like a normal card. A little disappointing. I feel like if nobody locally wants Valkyrion stuff, I might just end up playing it myself. Maybe I should have separated my SRs. Oh well, what's done is done. We'll cross that bridge later. Ah yes, the SR draw trigger. Sadness. I hope at least I get one of the Genesis triggers that I want, so I don't have to buy the other one. Is this all of my copies of this? I guess I'm kind of curious. Though I think I threw the S. So yeah. One SR, two, three, four. Four plus an SR so far, so we have maybe one more, if anything. Unless we hit an FFR2. That'd be crazy. 8 left. Hello, here. So here has missed these two FFRs and the Kai. That was very clearly a Kai. So no chrono for you. Oh, you ain't wrong. It is technically half a ship. Not that you can get more than half of a ship in here. Unless there's a secret card that has Aichi's face on it, like how Yu kind of has one, but I don't remember how all the other secrets looked. SR Uranus. Uranus. I guess that's good if I can get rid of him. At least I knew who would have taken Chrono off my hands immediately if I did pull him. Oh, SR Arlen is nice. I used to be quite an Arlen enjoyer in my Gear Chronicle days. I think the art was really nice back in the day. Though I think my tastes have changed a bit since. When you say extra jets, is that on main deck or strides? I mean, yeah, you're definitely getting a jet core, that's for sure. I am not gonna play jet. Even if I wanted to, I'd actually have to buy more cards. Like, I have none of the G zone, which I don't really want to spend the money on. Unless I take one from He Who Shall Not Be Named and is banned from some card shops. I know he has built jet because of all the DZ6 we went into. Oops. Let's see if we can tighten. Hopefully that's good enough and I don't knock it again. I heard that guy's still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Just casually because he can't go to card shops anymore. For I don't know how long his ban is, but still a wild story. That also reminds me I should bring stuff on Saturday to locals for Digimon Adventure 01 stuff. I hope this deck gets something. I read whatever the short story thing with Sosira, and I was like, I kind of want that deck. It's silly. Good joke. If I pull Blaster Blade, that money is going straight to either my Bang Dream case or my Buddy Fight case. SRGG. I'm more of a Minerva enjoyer than an Angelica enjoyer. I don't dislike Angelica in that sense, but like, it's not enough to motivate me. Had it been Minerva, I would have immediately contemplated life decisions. It's true. Not having been Minerva was one of the biggest disappointments of the V era. To me, smile. I was fully ready to throw money at it. Never happened. And there's the last copy of the expensive, very expensive one. SR of the Persona ticket for Stoy. Random fun fact, I have trouble remembering Stoikea, and I keep calling it Magellanica. Don't know why, but it is a problem that I have. feel like I'd feel a little better about Tatefall reprint if it weren't for the fact that we got the free run version of it. Which, as a free run enjoyer, I like it more, but I guess thematically with majority of killer decks, Tatefall does kind of match the theme more. I don't know why I feel like I've not put a lot of arenas yet. We're down to the last 75% of the case, or I guess we're down to the last 25% in that sense. We've gone through 75% of it. Also, like, really sad that I couldn't open these locally. I just had to order a case online because we weren't given the option. We got allocated or something, allegedly. Pretty crazy to hear. Allocation on Vanguard. There's another arena as I speak it. Ah, that's an FFR. Grade 3? This looks like maybe a Keter border. I could be wrong. It... Ah, it is Keter. It is Uranus. I saw Dark States Ticket Giver. Four more boxes. I feel like the bar was low on that, and I also wonder if the store is even getting any at this rate. Or did they tell you they were gonna bring some in? SP Reno, or not Reno, Rayu. I did not even realize until I saw it in my face. Woman. SR of the duel for Dragon Empire, Brant. Actually, my biggest disappointment with this set is that they did not print this in FFR. I was 100% ready to drop the money, but for some reason, they chose not to give love to the reprints and give them FFRs like the other 2 years. So I guess the set would be bloated with FFRs if that were the case, but my Herminia deck is less shiny now. Oof, scary. SR of, I forget what these things are called, but the damage denial things for Brant. Either I haven't been paying attention or this is my first Journey to be a Dragon that I've pulled. And 2 boxes left. Yay, an SR Laurier. That is one of the triggers I wanted. Still would like Kakurihime and maybe an Uluru, but I feel like I'd be greedy asking for that in one more box. Either that or an SR Akane would be nice. Okay, last box. Blaster Blade or Bust. SR Mystery Flare is my last SR. Never mind. I lied. There was two SRs in this box. You got the SRPG for Keter, which is nice. So that goes straight into the Minerva deck. I guess if it's 2 a.m. for you, East Coast or something maybe. It's 9 p.m. here, where I'm at. And you definitely caught the tail end of it around the last box, last few packs. And last pack. Nope, no Blaster Blade winner today. I feel like my case was pretty solid overall. Definitely not complaining at my hits. Could have been worse. A lot worse. We got if it will focus. Uranus, Rovina, and Zuin. And Nasrudin. Got Kai. And we got Ryu. Pretty decent cards. See how many donations I ended up getting. Got exactly one playset of Brant Stoy. 5 Dragon Empire Brants, with one of them being SR. And then we got the 6 total Dark States Keter with 1 SR. 5 Stoy Dark States. And 5 Keter Dragon Empire. Definitely got shorted on one that I'm okay with being shorted on. Yes, while I'm here, let's go get you a Jet Core. You're taking these lucky pots whether you like them or not. So, put that on the side. I wouldn't say short printed, but you get like 4 to 5 on average in the triple rare slot, and then if you get SRs or above, then you can get like I think up to 7 copies. So it's 4 to 5 on average. Yeah, it'll be nice though, and you'll only get 3 lucky pots. I'll not give you the full playset. Create 2 ride line, 1, 0. Unless you need more waves. Mazer? No, I don't think you need more than one Mazer. Arlims. What is space? But yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate and kind of why they're so pricey for the ratios. And it doesn't help that a lot of decks want to play these dual nations, or that specific dual nation rather. It's just so good. Okay, fair enough for the Sanctitude slot. I guess in the same vein, you probably don't need 4 Ulurus, but I don't know if you actually have the, or if you're playing the effect heals.
got more cards. How much is one of these boxes? 100. Wow. Okay, it's so much cooler in here.
Need a SR chrono journey. Okay, that should be. Yeah, take the gear SRs off. Okay. That should be a playset, and then I guess I'll swap out SRs as I see it. Does that include the women? Because I do have like a GG. And I think I have a Gear Rabbit, or whatever the crit was called. I will get back to you on the PG. I might want to keep that one. Because it is generic, so I will let you know. Sorting is not going to be fun. I wish I had the other slaves here to assist, but they won't be here until Saturday. Kind of a bummer I didn't hit like a jet or next stage SR. But we have one of these crits, Steambra, GG, Mystery Flare, and Dran. True. Although, you know, in a way it saved you from mistakes. But here is your entire jet core with the random draw triggers XD. Did I grab enough? really? Only get 4+1 of these? It's kind of a bummer. Six fronts is kind of nice. When you say make mistakes if you're dual nation, does that mean you gambling or? I guess I should pull these out in the off chance I ended up building. I might have to go back through this Dark States pile because I'm like, I have 5+1 of these. So I'm like, maybe I just. Unless I low rolled, that's always a possibility. 4 of these fronts. Is it really 4 to 6? Guess I'll at least put the foils by rarity before anything. Oh, -1. I feel like I'm being scammed here. Foxshot's gonna make out with Tolstoy. Whatever these things are called, ticket searchers. I have exactly a playset of the Brant ticket searcher. With 7 fronts? Exactly my playset of high fives. It's 6 fronts. Oh, do you need Aramos while I'm here? If you're still here? Is Kaya 808 still here? It's a lot of Arena SRs actually are related. Nirvana. I have like the entire ride line minus Trickstar. I think. I actually don't know if this is a ride line Nirvana or not. I have not read it. Got 6 of these plus an FFR is kind of nice. I have a total of 5 Airmos, which I know are not gonna last. And 6 fronts. Okay, that's kind of criminal. Uh, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 2. I feel like Rewinder's kind of sad to see it too. So just pull out core for that. 5 Keter Persona ticket searchers. Ugh. Ratios are rough. Also 6 Keter fragments. Okay, that's about as much sorting as I'll do if anyone's even still here. I'm gonna end the stream here, so thank you for watching. Maybe I'll stream again. Pretty sure the next case I will be seeing is either the Buddy Fight or the Bang Dream ones. Maybe set 16 also. That's kind of tempting. We'll see. But let's see. Money's a issue with these card games. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys eventually.